Look at that. That's coming straight towards us. Wow. Bruno had to break through the ice to get to his water. The ground is crispy. The tent is pretty frozen. But we've got gusts. Hello, Bruno. We've got gusts of 50 kilometers an hour. Welcome back, everybody, to another camping with Tony and Bruno, who's in the back of the car. We're on top of a mountain, 1,700 meters, a place I like to call Mars. It's cold. The wind chill is unbelievable. The sun is beautiful though, so it's the only thing that's making this bearable. These are very, very difficult conditions to film in. I can't use the microphone on the camera, the big fluffy thing, and the camera has to be tied down and is way down with about 10 kilos of weight because the wind just wants to take it and make it go flying. So I'm on the wireless microphone. I hope you can hear me. I'm sorry if the footage is a bit rough. What I want to do is get camp set up as quickly as possible, then hunker down, have a cup of coffee. We've got some brutal weather coming in. Very, very cold up here, even though it's still summer in New Zealand. Go figure. So first thing we want to do is get Bruno his treat, and then let's get camp set up. You want your treat, Bruno? Come on then. Okay, treat for Bruno, and we need to get him some water as well. We'll see if we can get him to do a sit pretty. See if we can do it without having to say it. Oh, good boy, look at that. Wow, what a brilliant sit pretty. Oh, he really earned that. And he didn't even have to say it. Okay. So first things first, we've got to get Bruno some water. It was a long drive here. So the temperature right now is actually about 9 degrees centigrade. The wind chill makes it feel closer to 0. And then tonight it's meant to get down to -4 or -5 with a wind chill closer to -15, -20. Pretty extreme for here. But it is what it is. So here's the plan. Hey Bruno, you all right? Oh, he's got his treat. So here's the plan. Let's get this tent set up. Now, I don't have a big tent with me this time. I've actually got a wild camping tent with me this time from a company called Samaya. And it's designed for extreme conditions, extreme. So what I wanted to do was, there's this rough patch of grass just around here. I want to set it up right where Bruno is lying. You can't see him. I think all the weather is going to be coming from sort of that direction tonight. So I want the door facing sort of this way, because the wind is going to change direction tonight and I might have to move the truck. But I want the door facing this way, facing the truck, so I can do my cooking and stuff like that. I might end up sitting just with the tent as shelter, but that's what we're going to have to do. Okay, so I can only open one door at a time because the wind is howling from the other side. So let's go and get the tent. Right, so this tent is ultra lightweight, but very, very strong. It's got very lightweight poles. I don't know how this is going to cope with this wind. And soon I'm going to have to put a jacket on because I'm starting to feel it. I've bought my own pegs because the pegs that this comes with are plastic and they just don't stand a chance. There's no way it's going to penetrate this ground. So I'm going to use my pegs and I've got a rubber mallet to bang them in with. Wow, it is just howling. Oh. I don't know how much you can pick up, but Oh man, that's cold, that's cold. All right, let's go set the tent up. Oh, oh, oh man, it's nice to get a little bit out of the wind. The truck is blocking it right now. Bruno, I need to set the tent up right here. Excuse me, come on, mind out. Good boy. Okay, so first things first, let's get the poles set up. So yeah, this is a French company called Samaya. S-A-M-A-Y-A. They make ultralight mountaineering tents. They're, yeah, French. I mean, obviously in France, got the French Alps. So a lot of climbing history there. I've set this up once at home. It's not the easiest tent to set up, but it's not that difficult either. When I say it's not the easiest, it's just because of the sleeve system. It's a bit finicky, but it is numbered, which is a good thing. So the trick to this is making sure the tent doesn't fly away, and that it's supported even before I managed to get the pegs in it, into the guys. So what I'm going to need is my hammer. Get that. Okay, I've got a rubber mallet because I don't want to damage the pegs. So this is going to go one of two ways. It's either going to work and be messy, and I'm going to look like a fool, or the whole tent's going to blow away, I lose it, that's $1,000 down the drain, and I look like a fool. Either way, I'm not going to look like an expert here. Right, I must not let go of it. Okay, so the door, if I let go of this, it's game over, video over. It's my only shelter. Okay, here's the door. So I'm going to want the door here. So let's start doing the pegs. Now, I know why they put plastic pegs in. It's to save weight. But I'm afraid that they just won't work in this ground. Under here, it's just all rocks. So this thing is hexagonal, and I'm hoping it's as strong as they claim. If not, I'm in real trouble. Oh man, it's wind, it's brutal. All right, that's nicely pegged out. So let's get the poles in. So I think the orange one goes in first. It's a numbering system, so we've got 2 is here, 1. Okay, so the black tips go in first. So 1 is the orange pole, and it's marked by this red strip here. I hope you can hear me. I hope the microphone is working. In fact, let me just double check what you can even see and hear. I think you can see me. Yeah, I'm a long way away. Let me zoom in a bit for you. There you go. These are not easy conditions. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about it being a faff. It's got to go through the guy loops, through the top cover, and through the guy loops again. Now I'm assuming they did this for extra strength, so I'll forgive them for that, because to be honest, strength is the most important thing right now. Okay, and 2 is here. So again, black tip, and these are both the silver color. Again, you've got to guide it through the guy line points. You have to forgive me for standing on the tent, but there's only one of me. Ideally you want 2 people to do this. This is a 2-person tent. Okay, whew. I can't imagine many people are going to be setting this up in these conditions. Okay, it's 3rd one. Same again, thread it through. As I say, this is a bit of a pain, but I'm sure they've done it like this for strength. Oh, I might have to put my gloves on soon. My hat's about to go flying. Okay, and then let's pop it up. Which is easier said than done in this wind. Come on. Do not damage the pole. Okay, 1. Wow. This is taking a pounding already, she said. Woo! Excuse the arse shot. Okay, tighten them all up, nice and taut. Oh, that it already is. Okay, I don't think it's going anywhere. Yeah, that's already really tight. Okay, what I might do now is just repeg the fronts, just to make sure I've got it as tight as I can. And then we've got to do the guy lines. Well, I'll tell you what, so far, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. That's holding all by itself without the guy lines. So you tighten up this canopy and it just cinches it all down nice and tight. That's your vent under there, everything else. Okay, guy lines. I'll tell you what, these conditions for filming, nightmare, absolute nightmare. Okay, talk amongst yourselves whilst I figure out how the hell you're meant to undo these guy lines. Okay, that took a while. Right, now, these guy lines are balancing, self-balancing, and usually with guy lines, you want them pegged out as far as you can. You don't want them too close. I mean, it is good to be able to adjust them to make them tighter, but I think it's easier just to put them out as to max. and put them in at a good angle and put them in deep. Just don't overstress them. Whew, okay, all done. That's it, all set up. Oh man. I hope you can hear me. I hope you heard all that. It's just, I might fast forward that bit. Just setting all the guys up. Okay, what I need to do is get all my gear out, get it in the tent. Let's see what our home looks like. Hi Bruno. Bruno's got a deer bone or something over here. Right, so it's a waterproof zip, which I like. It's bug mesh. Oops, me and guy lines. Well, I don't think we're going to need the bug mesh at the moment because there's no bugs around. Wow, the floor is flying in here. Okay, so you can actually roll this up separately to the bug mesh, which is what I'm going to do. God, the floor, the floor is in the air. What is going on? I'll tell you what, there's a palace in here though. Okay, so this works both ways, I guess. Hold on. So you can actually unzip the bug mesh and just take it off, which I'm wondering whether I should just do that because there are no bugs around. Yeah. It just unzips completely, comes off. Whoa! Almost lost my hat. Actually, I might just tuck it in the corner here. Okay, so, I'm going to be tripping over these flipping guy lines, I tell you that much. These are the curse of me, they really are. But we're going to need them tonight. Okay, let's get in. Holy moly. Now, there's a lot of room in here. So the floor is Dyneema, very, very strong material. I don't know what the rest of this material is, some sort of waterproof nylon, polyester, I don't know. I think, why? I want to test it. But it is, I tell you what, it's nice to be out of the wind in here. It's lovely in here. Are you getting a good view behind? I'm sure you are. This is nice inside. I might end up sitting in here, you never know. Just because out there, it's so windy. But I'm desperate for a drink. So let's get all my gear in. And then I'll bring you back for coffee. So I'm gonna get my gear in, bring you back for coffee. Sleeping bag, down booties, all of Bruno's bedding, my pad, my pillow. I've got a pump in here to pump the pad up. What else have I got? I think that's it. Oh, I need my chair. Let's get my chair out. Bruno, want some water? What's this? Come on, away from the guy line. Bruno, don't get caught. Oh. Okay. Oh, God, I need to get out of this wind. Ooh, right, I have my chair. So I've got to be careful because everything will blow away up here in these sort of winds. chair especially. I hope you can see me. These angles are so difficult. I apologize if you can't. I'm sure you can hear me. Okay, now this is quite a heavy chair, so I'm hoping it'll be good. And if I tuck in just here, I'm actually out of the wind. So if I tuck in down here, oh yeah, okay. So here I'm out of the wind. That's not too shabby, but I'm also out of the sun, so I'm feeling it straight away. So the reason I didn't bring a big car tent like I usually do is I want to test this tent. I want to see what it's capable of in high wind, which there will be tonight. Something glistening on it. Let me just see what that is. Ah, water. I want to see how it copes. It's marketed as being able to cope with all sorts, but I can see it buckling already. It's bending. I don't know. It's an Alpine tent. It's meant to be able to take it. Well, when I say it's bending, it's difficult to explain. You wouldn't be able to see it on camera. I can just see the slight curve in it. But actually, it's holding. It is holding. Samaya. Okay. So it's also, because I've got the front door open, it's not helping. It needs the door closed to be stronger. So I better do that. Because it's all part of the system. In really rough conditions, you would just be in the tent anyway. In Alpine conditions, you're not getting out of the tent. I love that zip, waterproof zip. Oh, that's it, that fixed it. Okay, that sorted it. It was because I had the door open and it was pushing against where the door should be. I don't think this wind is going to let up at all. The camera is really moving. I might have to suddenly jump up and catch it. There's not a chance I'm going to be able to use the big microphone at all. I'm going to have to stick with this thing because that microphone is just going to sound of carnage. Carnage. In fact, you know what? Let me swap it over right now while I'm talking to you, just so you can hear the difference. Hold on. So this is it on the wireless microphone, and then this. And now that is it on the big microphone. How's that? I don't think we're going to do that. I want to put you back to the wireless microphone. Okay, how's that? Is that better? So as I was saying, it's pretty windy. And in the shade here, it's pretty chilly. So first thing is, I need to get a coffee on. And where's Bruno? Bruno! Oh, here he is. Come on. Hello, puppy. Right, I need to get a coffee on. So I've got a bit of a surprise for coffee. I've got an espresso station here. Hey, puppy. Oh, you got seeds all over you. Right, so I've got my Nespresso machine. This is the new type with the big pods. Excuse the arse. I'm sorry if this makes you want to pee. I hope you can pick this up. I really do. I might have to crop in a bit just so you can see it. Believe me when I say filming in these conditions is very hard. Okay. Right, Nespresso, here we come. And this is, I don't even know what this is called. But it takes these new massive pods. Like this. See this? Huge pod. Look at that. Bit different to the usual ones. Very big. I don't know what it's called. Virtue, something like that, I think. Virtuo, yeah. All right, so all you do is chuck it in. It reads the barcode. You lock it. Cup would be helpful. You wait for the thing to stop glowing, and then you press it. And it should deliver me a coffee. Let's wait and see. I might have to do 2 of these. I think this is a caramel coffee. Golden caramel. I'm in the mood for something sweet like this. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at the color coming out of here is amazing. I'll film the next one close up. Oh, it fits perfectly in my cup. My AB camping cup. And then once that's done, you flick the switch. Oops. And that's it. And then I've got a beautiful coffee with crema. Look at that. Yum. On the top of a mountain. Out of the wind, I hope. Yeah, I tell you what, that's not bad at all. That's not bad. I'm not a huge fan of Nespresso coffees, but that's not bad. Slightly bitter, but actually it's all right. That would go well with some milk, which I don't have. I don't know what I have. Okay, so sit rep. Plan for this camp. What's the plan? You know, the lighting is so bad I can't see anything. There we go. So what's the plan? I think what we're going to do is I'm going to unpack my stuff, pump the pad up and stuff like that. You don't need to see all of that. Or maybe you do. Maybe I'll do that at dinner. Maybe I'll do that at bedtime. Bruno's just having a great wonder. He's going to have a play. I've got a stick for him and a ball that I'm going to throw for him. Maybe not the ball, actually, because the wind will just take it for miles. So my plan is just to chill out. I might watch a movie. And then I'll bring you back for dinner. Now, for dinner, we're in a fire ban at the moment. Total fire ban. So I've got a cob grill with me. But I think the rules state that unless it's gas-powered barbecue or electricity, you can't use it. You can't use a cob grill that uses briquettes, charcoal. So for my dinner, I've got an oven that, yes, a proper Breville air fryer full oven thing, brand new that I just got. And I'm going to air fry a roast rack of lamb for dinner because I was meant to have lamb on my last camp. And then after that, we will do cigar time. We'll talk about the last camp and the disaster that happened there. And man, there's a lot of topics going on. And just remember, by the time you watch this, all of these topics have already happened. So cut me some slack. It's early February at the moment, and I don't know when this vid's coming out, but yeah. So I've just got to get the Starlink set up. I'm going to plug that in up here because I've got no internet here at all. and I need to keep in touch with my wife. And so I'll bring you back probably at dinner time. Thanks again for coming, everybody. Hope you enjoy so far. Get ready for the brutal weather. Cheers, everyone. Hey, Bruno. Bruno's been running around like crazy. He's just having a bit of a snooze. Good boy. Oh, it's still so light, but it's quite late. Hello, everybody. It's freezing. It's really cold. I do pick them, don't I? Check this out, though. Look at that view. Isn't that amazing? And then here's my camp. So what we got is the Samaya tent. This is the Samaya 2.5. And I tell you, it has been absolutely howling against this thing. And the tent just hasn't budged. Now, I'd made a mistake, actually. What you're meant to do is you have to tighten these straps up. So you got to, these ones down here, you got to tighten these straps all the way up, then repeg it. So I did all three, and this thing is solid now, not moving at all. Guy lines are taut. Hello, Bruno. He wants to come out and play, but I'm just leaving him for a bit, just to have a bit of a break. Yeah, guy line's nice and taut, but look at it, and it's taking a pounding. Now, you might not be able to tell on the camera how windy this is, but I'm telling you, it's coming now, it's changing direction. It's sort of coming southerly from there where the sun is. And this tent is taking the full brunt here on this side, but it's just floating up above it, really. It's doing a very good job. Gotta say, after what it's been through so far, I would trust it, yes. Pretty strong. Could the poles be slightly thicker? I don't know, I guess they could be 1 mil thicker. What are they, 8 mil? They could be 9 mil. Probably make it easier setting it up. But other than that, no, it's beautiful. Good setup. And it's huge inside, which you'll see tonight at bedtime. And I've been sitting out, even though it's cold. I'm sitting on one of Bruno's sheepskins here. It's so warm sitting on those. They're the best thing ever. And Bruno is covered in seeds, hook grass, everything. It's a nightmare. They're absolutely all over him. Now he's going to want his dinner, and I'm going to want my dinner. I got your attention, didn't it? So we're about to start that. I'm going to move you onto the big camera, but look at all the seeds. They're everywhere. He's covered in them. Bruno, how are we going to get these all off you? Hey, look at that. It's knotted in there. Nightmare. He's been trying to pull them all off, but some he just can't get to. Hopefully I can clean him tonight. Get some of them off him at bedtime. I don't want to pull against his fur. What's that? Hey? Bump. All right, everybody. I will bring you back shortly for dinner. You ready for dinner, Bruno? Do you want your dinner? All right, bring you back for dinner, everyone. Come on. Ooh. All right, Bruno. Right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, time for dinner. Oh, it's still so windy, but it's actually dying down just a little bit. So if it dies down enough, then I'll put you back on the big microphone rather than this wireless, because I think you missed some of the ambient sounds with the wireless. All right, so for dinner, we've got roast lamb, and I've got to do Bruno's dinner as well. So this is why I had, people say, why did you bother with the back of this open when you could have put a spare wheel and blah, blah, blah on the back and have it fixed? This is why. I want access from all angles, so no matter what the weather's doing, I can cook and stuff like that. Okay. let's do this. Right, what do I need? I need Bruno's dinner, which I've got here. Oh, I'm missing something. Here we go. Okay. Right, Bruno, you're hungry, aren't you? Okay, so Bruno's got his special Ziwi food, which is pure. I think it's lamb and green lip mussel. Beautiful stuff. Okay, sit. Good boy. Go on then. Okay. Now, I wanted you to be able to see me and to catch some of the sunset. So as soon as the sun's gone, I'll move the camera again. Oh my God, it's so cold when you stand out in the wind. It's blowing straight at us this time. So I'm protected here. Yeah, so as soon as the sun has done its thing, I'm going to move you closer just so that you can see exactly what I'm doing here. Right, so I've got this Breville air fryer, which does pizza, everything. I've got a roast rack of lamb, which looks absolutely superb. It's got the cap on. Come on. Look at that thing. I guess you'd call it French rack of lamb. Excellent. So we're going to put that fat side down actually in the air fryer. I'm not going to bother seasoning it because I'll season it plenty when once it's cooked. Okay, let's turn the air fryer on. Right, so we want to turn this to air fry. I want it 200 degrees centigrade, which is what? 400 something Fahrenheit? Put this on for, 200, and I want it for 24 minutes, I think, should be good. There's a drip tray in there, everything else. So this is plugged into my inverter that's very, very powerful. So air fry, this has got a whole bunch of options here. I know you can't see it from there. I'll probably show you tomorrow, but, oops, got to be really careful when you move this thing. Okay, so super convection. Oh, actually, here, Fahrenheit button. So 200 degrees centigrade is 390 Fahrenheit. 24 minutes air fry, press start. That's it. So it won't do anything until it's heated up. So it does like a preheat, which I can hear it doing now. So then that will get cranking and we should have a, oh, was that nice, Bruno? We should have a perfect roast lamb in about 24 minutes, and then I'll let it sit as well. Now I've learnt from this water tap that you've got to drain the water out after you've done all that. So it doesn't, there you go. So it doesn't freeze in the middle of the night. Look at all these seeds. Look, they're everywhere. Stick to everything. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Grass seeds. It's because I touched Bruno and he has them on him. You touch anything in the grass. That's what happened there. It's all this stuff here. Covered in seeds. Right where I've put Bruno's water bowl. Let me move over here. They are a nightmare. And he's getting covered in them. Ooh, it's cold. Man, it's cold. this is going to be a cold night. I've got a very, very warm sleeping bag though. I'm wearing everything I've got. I've got long johns on under here. These First Light Furnace long johns. I've got my hoodie under here, just a shirt. And this is a very serious down jacket. But I might put my waterproof layer on top just to make it very windproof. So this is why I carry one of these always. It's a completely windproof layer, and you just want to trap as much as you can. Temperature is plummeting. Wow, you see that sun's gone? I think you're going to get quite a nice sunrise in the background. Sunset, I mean. Okay, excuse me. The microphone's going to pick up a lot of noise now. Okay, hang on. That didn't work to plan. Oh dear. Let's try that again. I hope you can hear me. Oh, that did not go according to plan. That was not my most graceful moment. Oh God, I hate hoods. Hoods are very warm, but they get in the way. I just prefer wearing a beanie. Wow, I can feel the difference already. Yeah. Oh, huge difference. Okay. So I've got two hoods here. So I've got my hoodie hood and my inner hood. That's better. So if I got really cold, check it out. That's full Arctic mode, which I actually might need later because it is cold. Now I know most of you guys are in Northern Hemisphere. You're going through winter. You get way colder than this, but look, you know, it's the wind chill. It's the wind chill. That's what does it. And it's a brutal wind chill. Right, I'm gonna have to readjust everything now. People ask me, why do I hate using the wireless microphone? I just don't like them. They're just a faff. I prefer the big microphone. I can customize that and everything else, and you get a bit more ambient noise. You're probably not picking up any of this wind, but it is howling, and it is so cold, so cold. I've got big, thick gloves that I can wear later, but these First Light Merinos are pretty warm. It'll be interesting. Wow, look at what's coming in. Oh. Okay, so now it's at temperature. It's just beeped at me. Now it's going to start cooking. Awesome. You see all the cloud in the background here? That's coming southerly, coming straight towards us. That looks like Mordor over there. Let me just get the camera, move it and zoom it in for you. Look at that. That's coming straight towards us. And I'll tell you, that does not look promising. Yeah, that's coming straight towards us. That looks grim. Looks like Mordor over there. Oh, man. Oh, tell you what. I'm actually dreading this one. Because I know tomorrow morning. You see, usually I've got my big, massive, comfy tent. I'm on a big camp bed, sealed in. It's lovely and warm. Dual layer. It's all nice. This thing, this is a minimalist Alpine tent for serious hardcore backpacking. It's a single skin tent, single layer, single skin tent hold no heat whatsoever. They are as cold inside as they are outside. It's got good ventilation. I'm hoping there's no condensation in this thing. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be built very well. Hello, Bruno. They can't see you on the camera, sorry. What else? I think it's going to ice up pretty big time. If this does come towards us and it does fall as ice or rain or snow or whatever in the middle of the night, and it's -4, -5, -6, I've got a thermometer set up so we'll know. I think we're going to be dealing with some horrible conditions in the morning. But right now I need food, I need to warm up. So I'll bring you back when dinner is ready. Almost done. Beautiful, smells amazing. 3 minutes left and then I've got to let it sit. Oh, I can't wait. It's cold now. I think we're just hovering above 0. But the wind has completely stopped. It's like a tiny, tiny breeze. So when it's calm like this, it's nice. But when it's windy, it sucks. Okay, bring you back for dinner. Hey, good timing. Oh, that just smells amazing. But I want to let it just sit for a bit. Let it sit. I'm going to let it rest for about 5 minutes. I'm going to keep it closed and do it. I know you're meant to take it out, but I'm just going to let it sit in there because the temperature now is not increasing, it's only decreasing. So I can let some of the heat out, let some of the smoke out. Listen to that. Can you hear that? Oh man, it smells good. Actually, I'm going to leave it like that with the door open. Now, if I had a cob grill with the gas, I've got my cob grill over there, but it's the coal one, charcoal. If I had the cob grill with the gas, I could use that. But I knew it was a touch and go here whether it was a full fire ban or not. And in a total fire ban, you're just not allowed to have anything like that. Bruno! Come on! Oh, he's legged it. Come on! Oh, here he comes. Good boy. Right, I'm going to put Bruno's light on him. Excuse me. Put Bruno's light on him. Bring you back to have this dinner. Okay. Hey, and guess what? You're on the big microphone, so it's probably picking up way too much. Let me just turn it down a bit. Because it's quite windy. And this microphone is quite sensitive. And I kind of look weird, don't I? But it's because I've got an overhead light, so. Okay, it's ready. Now we're talking. So we need the lamb out. Oh, it looks good. Looks good. Let's just see if it's definitely done. A bit dubious. Oh no. Still a bit too pink for me. Okay, that means put it in a bit longer. So I'll bring you back when it's definitely done. Right, welcome back everybody. Okay, dinner is ready. My dinner, Bruno, not yours. Gosh, honestly, so cheeky. Oh, I'm hungry. So hungry. Okay, you're gonna see it in a sec, but it looks perfect. Look at this, I've got to season it. But check that out. How amazing does that look? Yum. Right, so I need salt, pepper. Bruno, stop begging. No way you're getting any of this. You've had loads and loads of other things. You've had loads of snacks and food, and I don't want you being sick in the tent, which is what happens when he has too much. Okay, lashings of salt. Fork. I've got a table. I've got my table set up. I've got mint sauce, look. Not mint jelly, mint sauce. You know why? Because I didn't realise my mint jelly that I've been using is just basically pure sugar with some mint in. It's so bad for you. It's unbelievable. I had no idea. And I'm trying to watch the amount of sugar I have because I want to be fit. So this is for the inevitable eating with the bones. I'm so excited. Bruno, come and lie down. Come on, come and lie down. There's no point begging, you're not getting anything. Lie down on your bed. Come on, lie down. Good boy, stay down. Okay. So yeah, you're on the big microphone again. Hope you can hear me. I'm gonna get hot very quickly. I just know. Once I tuck into this. Oh, I think I started coughing there because I'm just so desperate to get into it. Oh, it's beautiful inside. Absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah. Mm. 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 Eating a bone. Now, you know he will end up getting a piece from the inside, but at the end, I don't want him sitting there loitering the whole time. More bone. I should have sliced them whole, but so I don't keep hitting this bone. But I'm going to chew those afterwards. Oh, it's so good. So good. Honestly, this is what I needed. Let's try some of the fat. The cap, which is just the best bit. Oh. Okay, so people are going to say, oh, why aren't you having any vegetables with it or anything? So I do, I'm not even going to call it a diet anymore, you know? Because dieting assumes that you're restricting your intake. And I'm not. I eat as much as I want. I'm doing the carnivore, what should we call it as a diet? The carnivore system. I eat as much meat as I want. And I don't have anything else. So I don't have potatoes, rice, pasta, anything. And in fat terms, I've now lost I guess I've almost lost 18 to 20 kilos. I mean, I was carrying some extra weight that I just didn't want to carry. I'm not ashamed to say it. But I'll tell you, I've never felt so good. I feel really good on this diet. I can train harder, I can go longer, faster. I know in my last video, I looked like crap and I was really, really ill. It was nothing to do with being dehydrated. I had glugged so much and I had drunk on the way up. A lot of people just don't read the comment that I wrote. It was a bad isotonic drink. It had congealed, it had gone off, and it reacted. And it made all the isotonic that I glugged. And I glugged, what? I glugged 2 litres at the bottom and a litre halfway up. And it was all infected, it was all off. And that's what made me feel really sick. But other than that, fitter than ever. This is so good. Oh, and the other thing is I stopped drinking. Now, that's obviously not a permanent thing. I enjoy alcohol way too much. I love it. I love the taste of alcohol. Sprite Zero, zesty drink. Cheers. I like beers. I like wine. I like spirits. I like cocktails. I like my gin and tonic. I love martinis. I love good red wines. I'm not such a white wine fan. Yeah, I like beers. So I found that by stopping the alcohol, while I focused on carnivore, also stopped me from having those, you know, inhibitions slacked when you've had a drink and then you just forget what you're doing and your body, your mind just says, oh, you're drunk. Great, you've had a drink. Go and have some M&Ms. You're going to love them. It's like the devil in your head. So stopping drinking has helped with that. I didn't tell anyone else to do it, by the way. Don't do what I do. Do what you want to do. I'll do me, you do you. That's my philosophy. People take it personally. They watch this channel, they watch me, and they think I'm telling them what to do, or if I do something different to them, they can get upset. Oh, I don't want to make anybody feel guilty. So it's just me, yeah? I'm not telling anyone else what to do. I've had people say, no, why give up completely? Just have it in moderation. That's probably because that's what they do. I'm not complaining. I'm not struggling. I'm as fit as ever. Wow. I annihilated this. Right. There's some inside here that I've left for him. Tidbit. Because this is all I eat, don't forget. This is all I'm having. There you go, Bruno. There you go. Good boy. And I need to eat. I'm hungry. Alright, everybody. I'm going to now eat these pieces one by one off the bone. And nobody wants to listen to that and see that, me sucking on the bones. So, or do you want to just see the mess I make with one? Just one. Believe me, you would not want the wireless microphone on right now. And I can't give him a bone. It's dangerous. See, that's why you don't want to do it. All right, everybody. Cheers. Bring you back for cigar time. Right, welcome back, everybody. Sit rep. It's freezing cold, and out into the wind, it's really cold. If I put the microphone out here, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's cold. You can see from Bruno's hair that it's windy. So I've got Bruno's blanket out. We're going to share this. I used to do this with Bruce as well. Anyone who's watched our videos for a long time knows that Bruce was my previous border collie. No, Bruno, where are you going? No? He's not used to it yet. It's all new to him. So he's got to get used to it. It's because I've started talking to the camera as well. Okay, I need a hot drink. I need lemon and ginger tea. In the world's fastest kettle. I know, I always say that. And then we can have our cigar. Hey Bruno, you gonna come and lie next to me? Come on. Oh, and I couldn't find his light. I've left it at home. I'm such a klutz. I know, lists. Everyone always says, oh, you need a list. It doesn't help. I've got so many components. It doesn't help. It really doesn't. Oh, that's it. Perfect. Oh, yeah. So I've got the door open just to act as a bit of a block for the wind. And also, if Bruno did feel like he was getting cold or got afraid, then he could jump up and just get in there. Not that he can feel this, honestly. It is not cold enough for him at all. Bruno, don't go far because you haven't got your light. I can't see you. Come on. Sorry, you're going to have to stay here. Come on your bed. Good boy. Come on, lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Good boy. Yeah, I left his light at home. I don't know how. I don't know what I did. I don't know where it is. But it's somewhere at home. So we'll share the blanket. He'll be sleeping under that tonight. Told you that was a quick boil. So I'm doing a double bagged lemon and ginger tea. In my twin-walled insulated cup. Ready for cigar time. Oh, there you go. Once he settles, once he gets used to this, I don't know if... No, Bruno, just stay down. Stay down. You're not going. Lie down. Enough. He just wants to go and play. But I haven't got his light. And there's no way I'm risking... Stay, Bruno. No way I'm risking losing him. Just no way. So it's not going to happen. So don't even think about writing a comment and complaining. That will not be tolerated at all. Stay. He's not going anywhere. He's had so much fun now. He's not tied up. I'm just telling him to stay there under the blanket and just chill. That's it. And he will. Okay, so this evening, we're having a Romeo Julieta Millefleur from Cuba. Oh, yeah. I forgot my funky lighter. But I've got a different lighter with me. So I've never seen these before. This is it a plasma lighter? I don't know. It doesn't actually have a flame. These prongs come out and you press the button and it makes a plasma light. A plasma thing. I don't know what it is. So I want to see if I can actually use it to roast this cigar. No. I would say, no, that's a big fail. But you can use it to light fires. So instead, we'll go old school. So he just grumbled. You didn't hear that. But that's him admitting defeat. He does that at home as well. Oh, he loves the smell of cigars. I don't have them at home. But when we're camping, look at him. He just loves the smell of cigars. He sticks his nose right up next to them. He's a total connoisseur. Right, there's so much to talk about, but I am going to skip some things and just mention them, but not really talk about them. Because people get annoyed at certain conversations. Make sure that's off this time. Don't want another repeat of burning the table. Okay. Oh, it's nice and warm. That's good. Now, do you want me to kill this light above and just use the light on the camera? I can do that. I just have to stand up and do it. Can't remember where the light switch is. There. How's that? Is that better? It's more of an amber glow. I hope you're picking me up. I might have to crop it in just so you can see me. This is nice. And I'm sure you can see Bruno anyway. Good boy. See, once you settle, it's nice under the blanket, isn't it? Much better than playing, said no one to any border collie ever. Right. Cigar time. Well, look, first of all, thank you everybody for watching the videos. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for everyone who contributes to the channel. All our Buy Me a Coffee members, everyone who buys us treats on Buy Me a Coffee. All of our YouTube members. There's 2 levels to that. Thank you so much to all of those. The regular fan member and the treat level members. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Again, and thank you to all the super thanks on the comments. Thank you to everyone who's bought merch, like my cap, my beanie here, AB Camping beanie, which is new and very lovely and warm. For brief moments, the wind just stops. And it's lovely and silent. Thank you to all our Patreon members as well. And also, just thank you for people who do write comments. It's very nice. Much appreciated. Not the complaints, of course. Don't care about those. They are what they are. Okay, so cigar time. So much going on. Now, as usual, I've got to preface this with a disclaimer to just leave, cut me some slack. This is, I think it's the day after, oh, in fact, Brandon just had his birthday. Sorry. Oh, dear. Brandon just had his birthday. So, early Feb. Yeah, early Feb. So cut me some slack if it's late Feb now when you watch this, or whenever you watch it. Just remember, I filmed this early Feb 2024. Anything can happen afterwards. Some people watch it a year later and think that it was that day. They're like, no, you're wrong, this happened. So yeah, cut me some slack. And to put it in perspective, the Super Bowl is tomorrow. Yeah. So that gives you an idea, a time frame of when this was. Last camp, yes, as I said, the last camp I just had a bad energy drink. I'd mixed it, it congealed, I'd glugged so much, I was not dehydrated. I did 2 liters at the bottom, 1 liter on the way up. It was nothing to do with that. I wasn't feeling ill, I was feeling fine until that energy drink started kicking in after about 15 minutes. And then just suddenly all hell started, I just started feeling weird. And it was a struggle getting up that hill because my body, I think, was rejecting the energy drink. So it wasn't getting all of the nutrients, the hydration from it. Let me just cover him like that. He's curled up. So he's on his sheepskin bed and he's under a blanket. He's going to just be zonked. He'll be so toasty warm under there. Oh, and so, yeah, that was that. Someone asked me, why do I smoke cigars? Could I just briefly explain the history of that? Sure. It all started when I was living in Hong Kong. And a colleague, who was my boss at the time, Morgan Stanley, Sang Ho, we both kind of just accidentally got into cigars at the same time and just started buying cigars. And I think for me what it was I used to go home from work, sit on the roof of the house in Hong Kong, have a drink and have a cigar. And it was a perfect end to the day. Loved it. And I just got hooked on the different flavors, the variations where cigars were from. I loved the humidors. I just loved everything about cigars. I had 3 humidors Now I just have one. And now I only smoke when camping. Got to be careful. Got to put this, flick this onto the rocks here, not onto the grass. So yeah, that's how. And I've just continued it. I did have quite a break from smoking cigars when I was early days of New Zealand. But I guess since I've been doing the camping, I've just had an excuse to have a cigar again. And it's just a perfect way to end the evening, especially with a drink, with a whiskey or a glass of wine and a cigar, or a brandy, decent cognac, a Martel Cordon Bleu, or even a rum. Beautiful. So yeah, that's the story behind the cigars. Okay. Oh, Apple Vision Pro. Now I said this when they announced it, when they, said they're producing it, and I said, what I said then still stands for me. It's going to just destroy humanity. If you've ever seen the movie Wall-E, there's this scene towards the end where they're all sitting in these chairs that float and they're flying around and around with just the screen right in front of them. And they're all fat. Completely. They can't even walk. And it's awful. And they're just engaged in what's going on here. That's it. They're talking to people who are right next to them through these things. Now, I've seen several people use these. Casey Neistat, who I used to respect quite a lot, walking around testing them, wearing them, loving them. And his wife is sitting there right there giving him a look. And he thinks that's funny. Now, the look is because, do you have any idea what it looks like to the people? In other words, it just looks like you do not care about anybody else. You're not really looking at them. You're looking through cameras. Bruno, please stay. You're not going. Stay. It's not happening. No matter what you do, you're not going off. Not without a light. Lie down. Lie down. You're not going anywhere. He's going to sulk now. Yeah, they just look stupid. Now, I'm sure there are quite a few people who are going, oh, but it's so immersive. I love watching it. It's a great product. Blah, 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 blah. You know what? Fine. Whatever. Here's what I think. If you're by yourself, knock yourself out. Go for it. Maybe it is fully immersive when you're by yourself. But the way Apple markets this thing is that everyone in the family should have a set. Now, picture that scene. They even on the ad showed a dad wearing them, talking to his little daughter, like 6-year-old daughter, and she wasn't wearing them. And he's talking to her. She can see his fake eyes through the front of them, and he's looking at her through a camera. Give me a break. What is going on? Social breakdown has begun. Well, it began a long time ago. It began when Apple released the iPhone with all these apps, and then Twitter came along, and everyone else came along, and then I'd just walk around like this constantly. That's it. I've got my phone there, yeah, but I'm making notes on it. But I'm talking to the camera. I'm out in the open. I'm out in the outdoors, the great outdoors. There's so much to see and do that's real. None of this fake nonsense. Why won't you settle? Oh, it's the wind. It's the wind blowing it. See, so this is blocking the wind from getting to him as well. There we go. Grumble, grumble. Anyway, Vision Pro, whatever. Just, you know what? I might even sell my Apple stock because I just don't agree with it. I think it's a terrible idea. Do you know these things are $3,500 US? And they're selling on the grey market, so resale, $5,000 to $10,000. You know the expression, a fool and his money. I don't get why people are so keen to disconnect from the rest of the world. We're meant to be social creatures, but this is just destroying the fabric of society. It really is. No good can come of this. None whatsoever. It just can't. Anyway, maybe surgeons or someone can use it, but as a social thing, no, it's terrible. It's antisocial. I can just see them now, everyone sitting around a table at a pub, all wearing them. It's bad enough now with families not talking to each other and families letting their kids use phones at the dinner table. Can't have a conversation. Don't want a conversation. Too much hard work. I'm on my app. So you see a dad, a mum, 3 kids, all on their phones. I've seen it on holiday. Just sit there watching them going, what is going on? If you're one of those families, sorry, but to me, that is not going to end well. Okay, I'm going to skip through the next 2 things really, really quickly. First, Joe Biden was called basically a senile old man by the special counsel. He wasn't lying. He really is. And that's enough of that. And then Tucker Carlson's interview of Putin. Look, Tucker Carlson is not a high IQ individual, but he had the balls to go out there and do this interview. And he's got panned for it. But I don't see anyone else doing an interview. I don't see anyone else asking the hard questions. I don't see anyone challenging even Zelensky, the Ukrainian president. They're all just fluff pieces, you know. They're so easy on him. So I wanted to hear what Putin had to say. Was most of what Putin had to say complete rubbish? Bollocks? Probably. But I still wanted to hear it. Beware when your government doesn't want you to hear something and then comes out with, it's a tissue of lies. Don't believe any of it. Surely you should be able to trust the American people, the Europeans, the Brits, to form their own opinion of what's going on. And I think in this situation, they're all wrong. I think we're all being used by all of them at the moment. And I think the only people who are making anything out of this are the weapons manufacturers. They're making a killing. Share prices have skyrocketed. Yeah, it's incredible. Some people are getting very, very rich. And they're getting rich off of taxpayers' money. Anyway, whatever. Okay, big news. Formula One. Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari from Mercedes. This is the biggest news in Formula One since Lewis Hamilton left McLaren to go to Mercedes. Honestly. Everyone knew Vettel was going to go from Red Bull because he was getting beaten by Daniel Ricciardo. They knew he was going to Ferrari. There hasn't been any other big news, really, in Formula One for a long time. There just hasn't. It's so boring. A lot of people wanted to see this happen because they want to see if Lewis Hamilton can do it. Can he do it? Can Ferrari do it? Can they come back? Can they beat Max Verstappen and Red Bull? Who knows? Talking of Red Bull, Christian Horner is being investigated for inappropriate behavior. I don't know what that is, but whatever. He probably shouted at someone and they didn't like it. Super Bowl. Yes, the Super Bowl. So there's 2 things I want to point out about this Super Bowl. So much fuss has been made because of Taylor Swift. And I know that I think for every person that loves Taylor Swift, there's a person that hates Taylor Swift. It's whatever your personal preferences. Personally, I don't think she's hurt anybody. I just think she's quite a nice person. It's whatever. Do I listen to her music? No. But what harm is she doing? I don't see any. All I see is jealous people and people that just don't like her for some reason. Okay, fine. But here's my thing about the Super Bowl. She's brought so much attention to it. So much. Surely that is good for the NFL. Surely that is good for the Super Bowl. Surely it's a good thing. Because it's global. It's all over the world. People are going to watch this that wouldn't have watched it before, but they're going to watch it because it's been hyped up because of Taylor Swift. That's how powerful she is. That's why she was Time Person of the Year last year. So, love her or hate her, I don't think she's doing anything wrong. And if she's in a serious relationship with this guy, what's his name, Kelsey? great. She deserves to have some happiness. She's had so many relationships, and they've all been dragged through the tabloids, and we've all judged her for when we don't know anything. Nobody knows. Nobody. But you still form opinions. Personally, I think she's just a harmless person that's done very, very well for herself, has a very loyal following, and is quite a good role model. In fact, a very good role model to, you know, have aspirations and dreams as a woman, as a girl. And I think it's a good thing. And I think it's a good thing for the Super Bowl. I think it's a good thing for football as a whole. This blanket's not doing a great job. Maybe I can fold this bit over or something. I don't know. It's stubbornly blowing up. You can see that the wind is blowing it up. I don't know if you can see, but anyway, it is. Okay, enough of all of that. TV. Right, there's two things I wanted to talk about. One was Griselda. Griselda on Netflix. I think her name's Sofia Vergara. Yeah, very good show. Highly recommend it. It's where she basically becomes a like a top drug lord in America. I think, was she Colombian? Honestly, I can't remember. I think she was Colombian. And she sort of runs Miami. She runs the cocaine business in Miami. And she just gets greedy and stuff like that. And it's very, very good. It's a bit different to all the Narcos stuff and everything else. It's got a great cast. So Griselda, very good, very addictive. I loved watching that. What else? Great British Bake Off. Believe it or not, I hadn't seen the 2022 and 2023 versions. And I just started finishing. I finished 2022. I'm now watching 2023. I love that show. You know what? It's just so nice. It's such a nice show. Is it quite woke? Yes, it is. But it doesn't rub it in your face. You know, they've got DEI on that show, definitely. There's a lot of diversity hires, auditions going on in that show. They're ticking every single DEI box possible. If you don't know what DEI is, go and Google it. But they really are. they've hit every single target demographic. I mean, my view of DEI is it's positive discrimination, but that's just my view. That's all. All right, and finally, on TV, on Apple TV, is Masters of the Air. And this is with Austin Butler, the guy who played Elvis in the movie, Elvis Presley. Obviously. Very good show. I think there's only, well, of the time of this video, only 4 episodes have come out. Oh, it's quite addictive. Yeah, I can't wait. He does a great job, Austin Butler. He's such a cool guy. But well worth it. Thoroughly recommend watching that. Very good show. Yeah. So that's cigar time, really. Now, camp. Let me just talk about camp briefly, because I need to explain some things. Okay, first, I knew it was going to be like this. Really, really windy, really super cold. Why didn't I put the awning out and put the walls up? Because I have all the walls. Now, I've explained this before in the past. I don't always want to do that. Sometimes I want to be exposed to the elements, to test gear, show that you can do it without having the super expensive stuff. Oh, that reminds me. Should I do it on this video or another video? I'll do it on this video. 2 videos ago, a car camp, I had this bushwhacker awning out and it leaked. Leaked a lot. Problems with it. Anyway, some people say, oh, you're doing it wrong, or you've got to let it season, blah, blah, blah. No, it's faulty. I whether it was that particular one, I don't know. They'll find out when it goes back to the factory. They reached out to me from Bushwhacker, very apologetic for it. They are going above and beyond to sort this problem. And they've gone back and investigated and checked all of their range, their canvas manufacturer, how it's stitched together, how it's sealed. They've even made some modifications already based on some feedback. And they're going to send me a whole new awning when it's ready and some other gear as well to test out. So thank you, Bushwhacker. That is good service. That's good service. I mean, it would have been great if they'd responded to some of my emails and stuff before I did the video, because not everyone has a YouTube channel. So, you know, when you do, my advice to these companies, like Darchi, have ignored every single comment I've made and request. Everything. Not interested. Couldn't care less. They're so big and powerful and so cocky that they don't care. They don't think that YouTubers' opinions matter. They think they're still going to sell loads, so they just don't care. That's Darchi. Bushwhacker obviously cared. They just hadn't seen any of these messages. Now, I don't know how. Maybe it was an individual had missed them or just hadn't paid much attention or didn't realize that it would, you know, it's a YouTube thing and these videos are big and people make comments. And a lot of viewers look at these videos to determine whether they want to buy a particular product or not. So my advice to any of these manufacturers is pay attention to your customers. Pay attention. Don't ignore emails. Don't ignore messages on social media from owners of these products. Don't pretend they don't exist and they'll go away. Okay? Feedback is everything. It's crucial. It really is. Customer feedback is the most important thing to making great products because there's loads of competition and it could easily switch. So, yeah, thank you, Bushwhacker. Much appreciated. So camp, yeah, I didn't want to put the awning out. I didn't want to put the walls up because I wanted to be exposed to the elements. If I thought it was going to be heavy snow or heavy rain and coming in sideways and blah, 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 yeah, of course I would have brought the awning walls with me and put the awning out. But I knew it wasn't. There's a chance of some icy rain or snow in the middle of the night. But I also wanted to just get in the tent and see how the tent did. I didn't want to put the tent undercover or behind the walls. I want this thing exposed to the freezing cold. It's a single layer tent. I wanted to see how that felt, how cold it gets in there, and was there any condensation? Because I might want to use this thing on the tops, do wild camping in this. It's so light, and this is a good way to test it safely. See, I don't want to take it up to the tops, and then it fails, and I'm up there with Bruno, and we're in trouble, okay? I don't test gear on the tops. I will have already tested it, and then I trust it to take it to the tops. But I will never test a tent first time on the tops. Whereas this, up here, Mars, 1,700 meters, this is higher than the tops over there. So this has already been buffeted by the wind earlier. I mean, that was strong gales earlier. Did not budge. After I fixed the pole straps, it did not budge at all. So that was my fault. And since then, it's just not moved. Hasn't budged at all. So I want to see what it's like inside, space-wise. I want to see how cold it gets. It's going to get cold. And then I want to see how it handles ice and anything else that happens in the middle of the night and in the morning. So that's the reason I've gone minimalist on this one. That's the reason I don't have a cot bed with me and blah, blah, blah. And I've just got a thermarest pad. Gosh, he really just can't help himself. You right, Bruno? You trying to find a comfy spot to curl up on? You trying to get comfy? You there? You done it? You good? Good boy. Let's just keep you out the wind. Did you want to see? There. Cold nose. You meant to have a cold nose though, aren't you? That more comfy. He likes having a sort of a pillow But he does like lying on his sheepskin. I might even bring that into the tent. Put his pad underneath that and let him lie on this. Because it's so warm. I've got one here on the chair. In fact, I might just use this one that's on my chair and let him lie on that in there. Or I'll put them both in there so I've got a bit of a floor. Because I didn't bring a rug. You'll settle. Yeah, so I might do that. Put them both in there, the sheepskins. Because sitting in this chair, in this sheepskin rug, oh, it's lovely. I was sitting in it earlier without the sheepskin on the chair, and my butt was freezing. Now I'm toasty. I've got this one tigress blanket, which is good down to about 5 degrees, but I've got long johns on, it's fine. I could double it up. Also, if it got really bad, I'd get my quilt out and just use that out here as a blanket. And that would be super warm. But it's very fragile, the material on this. I'll show you later. It's a brand new quilt. And it's rated down to 0 Fahrenheit. Minus 18. It's a bit of overkill for tonight here. But I like overkill and I like being warm. I hate being cold. So I'll have it as a quilt tonight, not as a sleeping bag. Just lay it over on top of me, buckle it, clip it to the sleeping pad, and hopefully have a good night's sleep. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening, and I'll bring you back at bedtime. Just warms you up so much. It stays hot in these twin wool cups. I might have another one before bed. It's quite late though. It's 20 past 10. I can't see any stars, Milky Way or anything because it's all clagged in now. We're covered in cloud, which was to be expected. Okay, everyone, bring you back if something happens. Otherwise, I'll bring you back at bedtime. Oh. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Let me just get this in focus. There we go. So, I'm in. I've landed. I've got my massive, super thick, super amazing UGQ Bandit quilt. This thing is huge. It's not tapered, so it's like literally like sleeping at home under a massive duvet. It's rated for 0 Fahrenheit. This is no way. This is such overkill, but it is cold. It is really cold. I had to come in a bit quicker than I thought because it started raining, or sleeting, I should say. And everything was out, so I had to quickly scramble. Because obviously it comes straight in the door. And I had the door open as well. God, I'm going to cook in this thing if I'm not careful. Bruno is on his bed here. I might just adjust him a bit. No, he's not actually on it. Bruno, come up here. Come on. Here. Come on around here. Come on. There you go, puppy. There you go. You can lie down. Nice. There you go. I don't want him to get hot. Even though it's cold for me in here, it's definitely not cold for him. And he'll just curl up. I might cover him with a blanket, we'll see. It's surprisingly still, calm in here. That's the first thing I would say. There are 2 ventilation things at the top. That's the only venting this tent has. I guess you could open the door at the bottom because it's covered by the rain flap. But we will see if there's going to be any condensation in here. Any other tent, there would be a ton of condensation in here by the morning, especially with a dog, and yeah. So we'll see. Single wall tent. My duvet is touching the tent wall. Usually that's a no-no in normal tents, because at the end of your sleeping bag will get soaking wet. But again, this is why I wanted to test this. Not having a tarp over it or anything else. I want to see how it copes. The rain has stopped, but I will bring you back if it starts coming down heavily. I think it's only a matter of time before, if it does, then it's going to turn into snow, because it's 0 degrees now outside, centigrade. So I can't imagine it's going to not be snow by the morning. In fact, I can hear it sleeting. You might be able to just pick that up. Alright. Okay, everybody. Unless something else happens in the middle of the night. Well, rain, snow, something like that. And then maybe I can stick my head out the door and have a look. I'll bring you back in the morning. Night, everybody. Night, night, Bruno. Night, night, puppy. Oh, he's got a warm tummy. He doesn't need the blanket on. And he's bone dry, so he definitely. Usually I put the blanket on him to help dry him, but he's dry, so it would be overkill to put the blanket on him. I think he'd overheat, and he'd kick it off in the middle of the night anyway. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on him, but I think he's fine. He's got so many layers, and he's lying on his sheepskin. All right, everyone. Bring you back in the morning. Hey, Bruno. I forgot to mention, this tent is a palace. It's seriously a huge tent. I know it doesn't look like it from the outside. It's like a TARDIS. But there's so much room in here. I can't touch the sides at all. So much room for him, gear. Because there's no vestibules, and just remember that there's no vestibules, it's designed so all your gear comes inside with you, which is fine. But there's loads of room here behind me, to this wall, to here, and above. This thing is 110, I think it's 110 high. It might even be 120 high, 120 centimeters. You know, it's over a meter. So you could bring a chair in here, no problem, and sit in your chair. Easily. Tons of room. So I just thought I'd mention that because I forgot. All right, everyone. See you later. It's just started raining again. That's so loud. I'll try and sleep through it. Excuse me. If I hear snow, I'll bring you back for it. And windy now as well. No condensation yet. Alright, bring you back. Wow, just like that, suddenly, it's absolutely howling out there. It's not even 1, it's half midnight. Oh, it's so warm. Oh, this is going to be a long night. I might have to put earplugs in. I think it's going to get a lot worse.
I think this tent's going to take a hell of a pounding tonight. Well, I guess we'll see if it's waterproof. If it isn't, we're sleeping in the truck. So loud. Wow. Oh. Oh my God. Wow. Where did this come from? Wow, it's really violent now. Sounds like sleet. It's really like this, seriously pushing. But I know it's hunkered down. I know it can take it. There's no way I'm going to be able to sleep in this. There's no way. Alright, we'll bring you back. Sit rep. The wind is insane. I've zipped the bag up. I've got in. Because it was just the temperature has plummeted so much. Admittedly, I'm only wearing a shirt. I'm not wearing anything else. Got long johns on, but that's it. But holy moly, I mean, you leave your hand out for a few minutes and it's freezing. He's made himself a little nest. He's not cold, but I keep covering him up. I've got to remember that he's lying on sheepskin. He's got his thick coat. He's designed easily for these conditions. I mean, he can lie outside. He could lie outside in this, no problem at all. It's just the noise of the wind. It's just so loud out there, and it's just pushing on all of the walls, but it's holding. It's horrendously strong wind. I can't explain how strong this wind is, but the tent is not budging at all. Not bending, not buckling, nothing. The poles, where the poles are, just are barely moving. I don't want it to get much stronger though, to be honest. You know, very strong is good. Good test of it. But I'd like to get some sleep at some point. And this was the test I wanted. That and water, and it really chucked down. It hasn't leaked at all. Still no condensation. Didn't leak. I like this waterproof zip with the cover on the outside. It means rain can't be pushed in. No rain comes in the top vent, which can be closed, which is Dyneema, if I wanted to. But then we'd get condensation, I think. And this is a breathable tent, so it's designed to breathe. Actually, you know what? It is fairly quiet, this tent, compared to, say, the Hillbergs, which just rattle around like crazy in the wind. And they really move. This is going to be such a long night. Alright, everyone. I don't know. It's just... let's see what happens. I think we're almost at 1 o'clock now, I think. I'm glad I bought this big sleeping bag. I mean, it's brand new, but I'm glad I bought it. I thought it was going to be overkill. But it's just not. It's perfect. It's breathing really well. Oh, let's see what happens. Alright, it's 3 a.m. I think I just made Bruno jump. Are you comfy over there? 3 a.m. The wind has died down a bit. Oh man, it was so violent. And now it's sustained. Look, see this wall? See that? Wind just constant pushing. Sustained wind from that direction, from the south, which is what the forecast said. Sustained. It's going to be nasty in the morning. No condensation at all. Oh, hang on. There's some. Is there? I can't tell. There might be a little bit here, but none here. I don't know. I can't see anything. Can't feel anything. It might just be really cold. No leaking, nothing. Oh, excuse me. What an amazing tent. This thing got absolutely hammered. And it's got 8mm poles, which aren't that big. And it didn't budge. It didn't move at all. Did you just look into the camera? It's 3 o'clock, Bruno. Why aren't you tired? You can come over here and lie down next to me. Come on. Do you want to come over? Yeah. Come on then. Good boy. Stretch. Hello. Thank you for my kisses. Come on, lay down. Come on. It's bedtime. Oh, so much love. Nightmare. I did ask him to come and lie next to me, though. Right. It's only 3 a.m. I've got to go back to sleep. Alright, everyone. I think that might be it. Unless I hear snow, I'll bring you back. Oh, it's snowing. 5 a.m. Rough night. Right, I'm going to try and get back to sleep. Morning, Bruno. Morning, puppy. Oh! Hey. Hello, my lovely. Lie down. Oh! Hello, my lovely. Morning. Alright, sit rep. Wow. This tent is taking a complete pounding. It's freezing. I can't leave my arms out like this with just this shirt on for too long. I've got to get up and get dressed for what it is. It's so cold. I knew it would be cold in here though. I knew it wouldn't hold any heat in. But it has withstood such a storm all night. And now, this is some of the worst of it. I've got persistent. I don't even think the camera can pick it up. The force, hang on Bruno, lie down. The force of the wind, oh, so he lies down on me. The force of the wind on the side here is insane. It's incredible. I can see a bit of ice on top of the tent. I don't think this camera will show it. Let's have a look. Oh, no, camera's got confused. Hang on. No, camera got confused. And the camera's going to start complaining in a minute because it's so cold. But there's ice on the top. But no water got in. We're dry in here. Bruno's warm. You know, that's what happens when you've got 2 sheepskin rugs under you and you can just curl up on it. So he's toasty, he kicked his blanket off. Man, this thing's taking a pounding. Can you see the tent moving? I hope you can. I hope it's doing it justice. Oh, in the middle of the night, it really went for it. And now it's kicking off again. I've got to get up and go out in this. It's full southerly now. So it's coming from this direction, as we predicted, because I've got the door the other side. And it sounds like it's snowing. That's snow. Alright, I've got to get all my gear on. Let's get up, get out, and go and see what we're dealing with here. Oh, this is not going to be good. Okay, I'm wearing everything. I'm going to have to get my waterproof pants on as soon as I get out there as well, because this wind is going to cut through everything. So let's see what we're dealing with. So inside the tent here, that's frozen just by the door. And up here is a bit frozen. You can see I'm kneeling up. There's quite a lot of room. All right, let's do this. I know Bruno is desperate to go out. You can hear all the noises. He wants to see. Now, filming this is a lot harder than you would think. Okay, go on then. Oh, it's grim. Oh, but I'll tell you what, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Ooh. Oh man. Oh wow, look at, I've got a view. Oh, it's beautiful. But the tent, oh man, the ground is crispy. The tent is pretty frozen. But look, it withheld everything. Stood up to all of it. You can see the force of the wind on it. Pushing in on it, but it's holding. So we didn't get all the snow and rain, thank God. Bruno had to break through the ice to get to his water. Just then, but he did it. We obviously had a little bit of snow blowing. Wow, this camera is going to start complaining in a second that it's too cold. Okay. I need to get sorted, get my rainproofs on, and then I'll bring you back on the big camera. Bruno is really full of beans and jumping around like crazy because he loves the cold. He's full of energy and he wants his breakfast. But I need to put a coffee on. Whoa. Oh man, so I just checked. It's -4. Whew. -4. I don't know how that translates with this wind chill, but we've got gusts. Hello Bruno. We've got gusts of 50 kilometers an hour. Let's go all in here. As much as I hate hoods, let's see how I look. As much as I hate hoods, oh, Fingers are... Hello, Bruno. He's desperate for his breakfast. All right, let's give him his breakfast. He's very excited. Wow, that's frozen over again, Bruno. That didn't take long. Right, I need to do my pants up. Sorry, everyone. I put these on in a hurry. And it's cold, Bruno. How can you take this? I don't know. But look at him, he's full of life. He just loves it. When we're in the snow, he just stays out there bounding away. Okay, Bruno's breakfast. We'll give him a large portion because it's cold. And I'm not going to make him sit and wait. Go on. Good boy. All right, I need to get the coffee machine on. That is urgent. I need another one of those golden caramel coffees. Well, this is a good test to see how this stuff does in such extreme conditions. I have had it out in the cold before all this, but this is new equipment. Here we go. I'll have to zoom in a bit for you so you can see what it's doing. As long as the coffee goes in the cup, we're good. This tent is doing a phenomenal job. Incredible. I don't know how. Oh, my fingers. So cold. I might have to put my big winter gloves on. The only trouble with winter gloves like this is you lose all dexterity. Oh, but with this wind chill, without these on, you can't feel anything anyway. Although I'm going to hold a hot cup of coffee, so I might hold off on that. Come on. Oh, this is so easy like this. Okay, coffee is served. Okay, so what we're going to do is go around the back where it's not as windy. Okay, let's go around the back. Oh, it's nice to get out of the wind. Oh man. Oh, let me bring my chair around. It's just so grim. I can't explain just how cold it is. The wind chill. And I'm assuming the microphone isn't picking it all up because the wireless mic does quite a good job of blocking the sound. But trust me when I say it, it is bad. Right, so what I'm going to do is, same again, get Bruno's bed. That is what we're talking about. A cup of coffee in a freezing storm. Hello, my lovely. I've left the tent open. He can go in there and curl up if he wants to. Oh, I can lose some of these hoods now. See what's going on out here. Because I'm now completely out of the wind. Oh. You know those videos you see of YouTubers camping and they're just sitting in the tent? That's just not me. I can't even do coffee in the tent now. I've got to get up. Now, if it was brutal outside and extreme and I didn't have the truck, I don't think you can see him. Bruno, come on. He's jumping around like a gazelle. He's so happy. It's difficult for me to show you him because he's just zip, zip, zip all over the place. Oh, yeah. Hello, my lovely. Oh. Now, I've got some bacon for breakfast. I think I should put that on now. Bacon for my breakfast. Oh, now I have to do this one bit at a time because if I open both at the same time, it comes flying through the wind. Oh, that's cold. Oh, that's so grim. Oh, I'm starting to feel my fingers again now that I've got out of that wind. Okay, bacon. And this is just going to go in the air fry basket. And Bruno can have a piece as well. I don't know if this is what I expected or not. You know, mountain forecasts are rarely correct. This one didn't say it would be this windy this time. And I thought there was meant to be a bit more snow or sleet or whatever, but well, it did. It absolutely chucked down in the middle of the night. You heard it. I think that was sleet. I don't know. A lot of it could have been rain as well. I wasn't going to stick my head out to look at that point. All right. So we will just grill these. High for 10 minutes. Okay, so it does its old... Actually, this doesn't even bother preheating, it just goes straight into it. It's the air fryer that does the preheating. Awesome. Oh, this is nice on the fingers. I'm going to have another one. You should see what I'm looking at out here. Let me turn the camera around for you. Look at that view. That there, all that bay down there, that's the sea. And you can see the North Island of New Zealand. It's about there. That shadow in the distance, that's the North Island of New Zealand. And then over here, we've got the ranges of Marlborough. Look at how beautiful that is. Ah, and look at the sun. The sun on the ranges there. Oh, and there's snow. Snow. Oh, God, it's so cold. Hang on. Oh, got to move the camera. It's not going to be graceful, but I want you to see this properly. Snow on the mountain, Mount Tapi. That wasn't there yesterday. That's all from last night. Looks like it had quite a dump. Oh man. Look at him, Bruno, leave that, leave it. Leave. Oh, he's got an old bit of rabbit. Come on. Oh, he loves the old dead animals. He's gross. Absolutely gross, aren't you? Oh. Okay, I'm going to bring you back when the bacon's ready. Okay, my bacon is ready. I've got my coffee here as well. So let me just give my plate a little wipe out. Oh. Yeah, making that other coffee. Wow, that was cold. It's every time I have to go around the side of the truck. So yeah, the awning walls with the awning would have helped massively, obviously. But as I said, I wanted to try this without all of that. And that's what I've managed to do. Managed to achieve that. So, okay. You probably can't see too well, but oops. Lovely bacon. Okay, now we'll put a piece out for Bruno as well. I won't put it in his bowl because he's got water in there. Go on then, there you go. Okay. Bon appetit, everybody. Just my hoodie, good. Hoodies are great, hoodies are awesome. I mean, I'm wearing my AB camping hoodie, but any hoodie, because it just stops that wind chill coming down your neck, which is horrible. Now, you're probably wondering where my table is. It's on the back seat of the car, of the truck. This is the right move. It's crying out for tomato ketchup. But I haven't got any, and I'm on carnivore diet. Carnivore system. Unfortunately, these trousers are slippery, so... All right, everyone. I'm enjoying my bacon. Oh, where's my coffee? I'm gonna enjoy my bacon, have my coffee, and I'll bring you back for packing down the tent. Haven't got much gear, so I won't even need to fast forward it. But packing it down in the wind is going to be a challenge. Now, obviously, I could park the truck and block the wind, but I want to test it. That's the whole point. Someone's going to say, I'm going to get comments, why don't you move the truck and block the wind on the tent? Because this is a test of the tent for using on the tops, and I need to see if I can pack it down in the wind easily. That's why. Oh, comment section, honestly, sometimes. It's the best and the worst part of being a YouTuber. Okay, bring it back, everyone. Oh, okay, it's time to pack up. Man, it's getting colder. Look, every time I put water in Bruno's bowl, it freezes again. It's just these layers of ice keep forming. Every time I top it up, more ice appears. Okay, now usually I fast forward this bit, but there's not much to pack away. So that was the whole advantage of doing this. So all I need to do is, oh man, it's so nice. It's so nice being out of the wind. I know I was saying those people who sit in the tent, but I'll tell you what, I know why they do it. I just don't like being confined in the tent. So what I've got in here is the sleeping bag, the UGQ minus 18, the 0 Fahrenheit quilt did a great job. I was so warm, obviously. And you might think, oh, that's ridiculous. It was never going to get down to that. But here's the thing. You can vent it. But better, always better to size up, if you know what I mean. So I sleep quite cold when I'm camping. Maybe, you know, if I ate more food, I wouldn't, but I don't want to eat tons and tons and tons of food. So I always carry a sleeping bag that's rated way over what I'm really going to need. Always. Because I've been cold. I've been in sleeping bags that are so freezing. Now the pad did a great job, the Thermarest. This is the Neo Air X-Therm. Very, very good pad. It's the NXT version. I guess they called it NXT as in next generation. Very warm. I wish I'd bought the full size one now. Because it's such a slight weight penalty, but it gives you so much more room. And if you're a big guy, then I think the max version is the way to go. Oh, there's the sun. Come on. Sun just makes so much difference. My down booties, which are stunning. I love these things. These are Outdoor Vital down booties. And honestly, they're worth it. It's just, I can't explain it. If you go to bed and you've got cold toes, you put these on, minutes later, your feet are warm. You don't need to put socks on underneath. None of that. So I've got my medical kit in here. Camera, umbrella. This is a repair kit for the tent. So I leave that in the tent. Oh, Bruno's collar. Bruno! Bruno! Sorry, I'm having to shout with you on the wireless microphone. Come on, puppy. Put your collar on. Come here. Come on. Good boy. There. Go on then. Okay. What else have we got? Bruno's blanket, which is just a godsend. This is the One Tigress blanket. I've used this thing for about 3 years now. So the tent, look, I was skeptical when I first saw these things. Maybe, you know why I was skeptical? Because the colors made them look a bit cheap, like, you know, Walmart tent or something. I'm used to green and red. There's a blue and pink. Yeah. But this tent is amazing. I love it. Especially considering how light it is and all the space that you've got inside. Very, very good. So look, Samaya, if you can do this tent in green, I'd be all over it. I really would. But this blue is pretty strong to look at. And then Bruno's insulated dog bed. He was so comfy last night. But the sheepskins, can't beat them. And he loves lying on natural stuff. I don't know where he's gone. And then I have my Nemo King Philo pillow, which is awesome. All right, let's chuck all this stuff in the truck and we can get out of here. Oh no, we've got to pack down the tent. Okay. Bruno is energized. Can you hear him? He is going absolutely bonkers out there. It's a shame you can't see him because he's flying back and forth. I hope in the footage, I won't know until I get home and check the footage. if you can see him. Bruno, come on. Come on, what are you doing? Go, go, go. He's just strategically avoiding the camera, I think. Doesn't want you all seeing what a nut job he is. Again, it's summer here, and he's had to deal with the hot temperatures of summer. And he doesn't like it. He likes the cold. My Zempire table for the win. So a lot more minimalist than I usually do for a car camp. It's quite nice though because I didn't dread the pack up. The only thing is in the rain, it is nice in the rain and cold to have all that space. In case you need it. Whether I would do this in full winter up here, I don't know. I like having my creature comforts. No matter what the trolls say about it not being camping. What's going on with this? Okay. I got some comments about old videos and comments. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I pause all comments on the previous video once a new video goes live. So you can't comment on old videos, you can only comment on the current video. The reason I do that is because scammers, trolls, idiots, morons, they're everywhere, honestly, with nothing better to do, and I don't want to deal with them. So YouTube has now given us the power to get rid of them. And we've got a great new reporting tool. Anyone leaves nasty comments, vicious or attacks or anything like that, we can report them and they get some strikes. I don't even think they know that they've been reported. And then they get banned from YouTube, from commenting. There's a lot of nasty people out there. It's a shame, but there are. With nothing better to do than just pick on whoever they want.
And these are non-achievers themselves. They don't ever achieve anything themselves. They just sit there, criticize with their sad little lives. I mean, how do you respect? You can't respect a troll. You just can't. You can't respect negative people like that. You can't, because they're losers. Right. We're winners though. Okay, so now let's pack the tent down. Okay, so the tricky thing is dismantling this thing and not breaking it. Because to be honest, I'm a bit wary about the thickness of these poles. I think one good thing would be not zipping it up with the bag inside. That might help. Did anybody spot that? Okay, so we've got pegs. All right. Oh man, you know what, Samaya? I've got to make some recommendations to you. First, black guy lines do not work. It's the stupidest thing ever. Maybe in snow you can see them, but all other times you cannot see them. You've got to get red, bright red guy lines, or yellow, something like that. Temperature, -4. Great. It feels it as well. So yeah, guy lines are no good. So do you take the poles out with the guy lines attached? Is that even possible? Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So I've got to think, can you actually do that? No, I don't. I think I've got to take the, so here's the problem. I'm just worried about breaking this when I unhook them. Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. This tent cost me a lot of money. I think it was like $1,500. They did not send this to me. They do not know who I am at all. As always, I buy this stuff myself to test it thoroughly. Those people that say, oh, no. If I paid for it myself, I wouldn't be able to give you an unbiased review because I'd feel stupid for spending the money. Well, I don't feel stupid for spending the money. I'd feel awful though if somebody bought a product that was sent to me and it actually wasn't that good. I don't trust those reviewers. Not that I'm a reviewer, I'm just a guy who goes camping. Okay, so what you got to do is feed it out. Now this is where 2 people would be better than 1. And I'll tell you, for a 2-person tent, this has got loads of room. It's probably just me, the confidence of these poles. They probably are strong enough, but I saw them flexing yesterday and I just didn't like the look of it. And I just thought, I've got to camp in this thing. I don't want it to break. But actually, it's probably okay. I mean, they're DAC. They are designed to bend. DAC make the best poles. All right, that wasn't so bad. Okay. But this sleeve system, not the greatest, I've got to say. Hilberg do it better. So Samaya, if you are watching, Hilberg do their sleeves better than you do. But it's the, let me put it into context. It's the difference between setting up taking 1 minute or maybe 2 minutes longer. That's it. So it's not that big a deal. I'm just ranting a bit. So these are pre-bent, pre-curved. Yeah. Very good. Well, I'm assuming they are. Were these bent yesterday? Like that? Must have been. You know what? I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, I guess they were. Okay. So you see, this is why I bought this tent along on a car camp, because I want to use it on the top, so I need to know how difficult it's going to be if a storm kicks off to A, set it up, and B, put it back down again. Setup is more important, obviously. So always start in the middle of the pole, as close to the middle as possible, so it's got equal tension, so you're not overstressing the elastic. Okay. All right, that wasn't bad actually. Oh, that sun is nice. But I would say that the pegs that it comes with, the little plastic things, let's have a look and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I mean, they're tiny. Look at that. It's to save weight, obviously. But would I trust that? I don't think so. I don't know. They must have tested them. But they wouldn't go into this ground, and they don't go in deep enough either. Maybe they just assume you're going to use your own pegs. Whereas the Hilleberg pegs that I use, and these are the Black Series ones, so these are very, very strong, are longer and very thick, quite heavy. Okay, so I'll take in 6 guy lines. Oh, I can't feel my toes. Should have put my boots on. But I'll soon warm up in the car. Bruno, leave that. It's stinky. Oh, come on. Okay. Come on, Bruno, leave it. That's disgusting. Leave it alone. Leave it. Come on. Away. God, he's going after that rabbit. It's disgusting. Absolutely gross. Right, guy lines are frozen. Sit. Stay. Oh. I don't know if the guy lines are made of Dyneema, but they're very strong. Okay, so the wind is blowing that way. So my last peg is going to be this one. Bruno, I said sit. Show everyone how well behaved you are. Sit. Stay. He's not that well behaved because he still acts like such a puppy all the time. You can't compare him to Bruce. Bruce was, what was he, 12 years old. All right. Last peg. Watch the tent doesn't blow away. And you just stuff it. So the door is at this end. So stuff from the opposite end so that the air can go out the door. That Dyneema floor is amazing, very strong, very thick. At no point did I think that it was going to get punctured or anything. The materials on this tent are very, very good. State of the art. You could just tell it's designed by people that do this for a living. Alpine camping, mountain camping, up in the mountains in France, in Europe, yeah, you can just tell the quality. That is a lot easier to do than the big tents. Okay, right, I've just got to pack the Starlink away and then we're good to go. Okay, we're in the truck. It's cold in here. Temperature's rising, -2 it says now. Hey Bruno, did you have fun? I think he did. Come here. No, he's not going to come and say hello. You going to come here? No, he knows the routine. He's going to stick his head out the window when I open it when we drive off. I'll film the drive out just a little bit. But thanks for coming on this one. Thanks again everyone for all of the comments, the likes, the subscribes, the YouTube members, the Buy Me a Coffee members, everyone who's bought merch. Thank you so much. All the super thanks. Much appreciated. And to all of our Patreon members as well. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Please go to our email subscription list, which is on www.abcampingandoutdoors.com, and sign up. It's free, and all you'll do is get an email the second I release a new video, which is going to happen, I guess, in a couple of weeks from this one. But it means you get notified immediately, whereas otherwise you won't get notified by YouTube most of the time, and you won't even know I've released a video. So please go there and just key in your email address and sign up for that list. Thank you to everyone who's gone onto our Facebook, my main Facebook group, which is where I post my pictures, and then the Facebook fan group. You can look on my Facebook page to see where that fan group is. There's a link to it there. Ignore any of the fake ones with spelling mistakes. If there's a spelling mistake in the title of the group, then you know it's not mine. So yeah, thanks for everybody, and we'll bring you along on the next one soon with Tony and Bruno. Bruno, who's that? Hey. From AB Camping. Thanks a lot everyone. Catch you soon. Bye.